Alright, so this is my world. I am Snishy Fishy, and I've been working on this thing for about 4.5 years. On and off. Not like every day. But I mean, for the past 2 years, I've actually been working on it damn near every day. So yeah, it's the main thing in this world is the giant roller coaster, which it's really, really long, as you can tell. But it's definitely not the only thing in this world. There's a lot of things in this world, a lot. There's houses, there's businesses, there's, as you can see, basically anything. And it's huge. I've been working on this world. I've put over 1,000 hours in it so far. And in this video, I want to go through my favorite things. I can't go through everything, okay? I just got to make that very clear right now. I cannot show you guys literally everything. I'm not going to be able to. So I'm going to go through my favorite things. Alright. Over here, this is one of my favorite restaurants in the map. I built this in January, a few months ago, and it's an Asian-inspired restaurant floating on a cloud. It only took me about an hour to build, believe it or not. So yeah, I got flags on it, outdoor eating area. I think I'm gonna show you the inside of it just to preface what you're looking at in this world. So yeah, I mean, I have absolutely given every building an interior. Let me make that very clear. Every building that you see, every business, house, office building, whatever, they all have interiors. And bathrooms. And bathrooms. And let me make sure this is also clear. If a house does not have a bathroom in my lore, that just means it's really old. Alright? But most of them do. The vast majority of them. Alright, so this restaurant is called All Heavenly Asian. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of lore in this world too, as you can see from that sign. Alright, anyways, let's not focus too much on individual things. This is another thing I kind of want to point out right here. This is supposed to be a giant, like those signs that you see in front of like strip malls. But I have not built any businesses below this. Over in this area, we got a fish store, an aquarium store, all that stuff. It's called the Blue Bubble Aquarium Store. And this is what it looks like on the inside. And this is actually one of the few businesses that has a residential area attached to it. The people who own this business also live here. So let me make sure that's very clear. Alright. So yeah. And another thing I want to point out about this world's lore is because it takes place in the 2700s, it's obviously going to feel different. This world is a real city. Let me make that clear. This world is meant to be a functioning Minecraft city. Fictional city, but whatever. And yeah, there's no parking lots. In fact, there's no roads at all in this world. But what we have to replace them are helipads. Helipad towers. Helicopter pad towers. That's what we got to replace traditional parking lots. And so I got that. And so yeah, there's plenty of things in this world. There's plenty. I'm gonna head over here now. In case you're wondering what this thing is, this green apple building, it's really nothing. There's no business in here. There's really no business in here. It's just made for the roller coaster. And yeah, there's a lot of more abstract builds in this world that are literally only made for the roller coaster. Alright, this is another build I want to point out right here. This is a minigame. Yes, I build minigames in this world too. Yes, even minigames, I know. So yeah, literal PvP arena. Oh, that was supposed to set spawn for me. And so yeah, I've definitely put a lot of thought into this, including any other minigame. Minigames in this map are identified by this symbol right here. You see this 5-block symbol right there? If you see that anywhere in the world, then it's a minigame. Over here, in this area, these are public restrooms. Yes, I've absolutely thought of this too. This is what they look like on the inside. They're multi-layered too, as you can see me going down, stairs, an elevator. It's meant to be an elevator. This is what they look like on the inside. Including the stalls, right? Pretty simple. But yeah, that's another thing I've made sure to think about. I've put them next to every minigame. Every single minigame has them. And honestly, I think I should put more of these public restroom outlets in other parts of the world too. There's a rainbow bridge over here. I built this build quite a long time ago. Let's head over here now. In this area we are headed towards is a snow town. We got houses over here. We got various things over here, including a Christmas tree over there. But right here is this. I'm gonna head into it right now. This is a Santa gift shop. If we go past the snow biome, what we have over here is a volcano. And in case you're wondering, as part of this world's lore, all of the terrain that you see is a literal terraformed island in the Atlantic Ocean. Just so you know, that's the lore right there. That's a big plot point with the lore. And so naturally the volcano is also terraformed. And yes, you can go inside it. The roller coaster absolutely goes inside it. So yeah, remember, in this world's lore, the volcano is literally just as terraformed as everything else. Like over here, let's head over here to the movie theater. There's a movie theater over here, but first I want to head over here to the community pool. The community swimming pool of Pixel Voyage City. So yeah, it's just like any community pool. And in case you're wondering, I don't want to, I really do not want to change the daylight cycle. I don't want to turn it off. I just don't. I never like to turn it off. It feels more natural leaving it on. Yeah, the hot tub would be all the way over here. I thought I'd make the hot tub hourglass shaped. I thought that was creative, and you can get away from people you don't like if you wanted to. And hold on a second, let me destroy those signs. They're not necessary anymore. And so yeah, over here we got this. This is my movie theater. And there's the logo. The logo's up there. A V and a V. 2 V's. The movie theater is called Voyage Visuals. Just so you guys know, I do not just rip off real-world businesses. I do incorporate real-world businesses in this city, but I'm absolutely not afraid to make my own brands. So you come over here, you would line up to get your tickets, popcorn and stuff here. So yeah, that's where that is. And if we come over here, or from the other side, you have all these auditoriums. There's bathrooms on each side, by the way. The white doors, those are bathrooms. Come into here. So yeah, this is what a typical auditorium looks like. It's pretty dark. I barely lit them up, but that's intentional. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright. Let's now head in this direction. I'm gonna fly over here. As you can see here, I have built a restaurant in this area. This is actually a cheesecake factory. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's one of those builds that only took me like an hour, hour and a half, around that. I like Cheesecake Factory, so naturally I was gonna build it. Alright, so if we head over here, this right here is a neat example of me incorporating abstract structures into the world, not just businesses. As you can see, I put literal roller coaster scaffolding among this village because I thought that was a cool idea. And so right here, this is an eye clinic. This is an eye clinic. We don't have to go inside it. Yeah, that's fine. If we come over here, this is one of the biggest builds in the map. This is a SpongeBob. This is a SpongeBob tank, or whatever you call it. So yeah, if we come in here, like, I'm sorry it's so dark, but whatever. You'd see what it looks like in the daytime if you downloaded the map, or if I come back here later in the video at daytime. And so yeah, you can see a lot of things from SpongeBob in this. Let's come over here. Including this, that probably took me about 20 to 30 minutes to build. I just had enough time to build it, so I decided why not. Alright, and let's come over here now. This is one of the newest builds right here. This is meant to be a Thailand and Vietnamese heritage center right here. This giant tower. Including at the top, I have a giant Thai-inspired temple up there. I built that. It was not very easy to build. This was pretty difficult to build, I'm not gonna lie. It was not very fun, but it was worth it. So yeah, come down here. I thought this was a unique shape for a build. I'm yet to build the Heritage Center though. The Heritage Center is supposed to be in here. It's gonna be like a museum type of area, but whatever. Alright. Let's come over here now. What you're about to see is a hotel room replica. This is a replica of a hotel room I stayed at a while ago, a few months ago, in February and early March of 2026. I was in that hotel room and it was in San Jose. It's pretty good. It's a pretty nice hotel room. I'm actually quite proud of it. My replica. Alright, let's head over here now. I built a large-scale replica of Stampy Longhead's bedroom. It's pretty big. Every pixel is represented by one block here. I'll show you some of these builds in the daytime at the end of the video. The vast majority of builds in this world are designed to look good in the nighttime as well. But I'm still going to show you what some of those other ones look like in the daytime. But yeah, as you can see, I also build pixel arts here. I have nothing against building pixel arts either. I can build pretty much anything. I built a more future, I built a more, what am I saying? As you can see over here, I built a more photorealistic pixel art. This is Shut. The Shut Seagull meme. I decided to build that a while ago. I thought it was pretty, I really do like that picture, so I just had to build it in Minecraft. So yeah, not only do I build things that look good on the inside, I also build educational builds. I'm not even kidding. You've seen those top 10 videos on YouTube, right? You know, just lists, right? You've seen them. I know you've seen them. Just lists of things in a top 10 fashion. I've absolutely built even that in Minecraft. This is the top 10 richest countries. Number 10 is Canada, as you can see. I think you get the point. Alright, let's get out of here. So yeah, there's a lot to see in this world. I have this glass pyramid I built right here. This is actually one of the oldest things in the map. I built this like, what, 4 years ago? Literally over 4 years ago. It's one of the last things I built in 2021, I think. Okay, actually that's not true. I finished this in early 2022. So yeah, this build, like any other, has rooms in it. Rooms that the rails enter, and it's like random. This is like its own category of build. Just random rooms. I call them fun houses. Just like any random room. From this to this, and it just goes on and on. You'd have to download the world or see the roller coaster to see what goes beyond that. Because it's unpredictable. I love building fun houses like that. Just random rooms over and over again. So that's probably the earliest fun house in the world. And yeah, it really is full. This thing's packed. As you can see here, this building is packed on the inside and everywhere. And so yeah, let's head over here now. This is another super old build in the world. This right here is just another abstract build with rails going through it. Over here, this is actually one of my favorite builds. This is the tunnel of every block. Every block as of 1.21, and it's just a large tunnel. And I decided to build a giant mushroom above it because why not? And so yeah, there's that. Let's head over here now. We're heading to another giant cloud platform. Another cloud. Alright. And over here, this is another restaurant. Another restaurant right here. Sky High Diner. Like any restaurant, it just has restaurant stuff, you know? The kitchen is perfectly visible, which is not common. But you can see the kitchen right down there. Normally I hide the kitchen in restaurants, as any restaurateur would. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack with this world. You got a 3D dining room area. I just built that because why not? I had the idea one day and I'm like, why not? Let's head down here now. This is a really old build right here. This is supposed to be a 3-dimensional tree. A 3-dimensional, like, spruce tree. which is ironic because it has apples on it. That doesn't even make sense, but who honestly cares? What kind of coniferous tree has apples, am I right? They don't generate fruit. Those kind of trees don't have fruits. Anyways, yeah. Big spruce tree. And this right here is an example of something that was not built alone. I had a helper with this build. And yes, whenever I have helpers build with me, I always like to credit them, as you can see there. And so yeah. I also like to build occasional large helipad towers, like this one. Like anyone could just park their vehicle, not even just helicopters, but flying cars too. That's another thing about this world. It's not just helicopters. Flying cars are a thing that people use to get around. But there's no regular cars. This world is completely devoid of regular cars. Everyone gets around on flying vehicles. That's how this world works. We got a giant clock. I built a giant clock right here. This is one of the oldest builds. A trampoline park over there. A giant rainbow tower there. I built multiple rainbow towers. A clock tower. Another helicopter pad tower. But that's because there's an apartment building. There's an apartment below this clock tower. So I had to build a large helipad tower right next to it, because obviously I don't got no room for parking lots. I don't got room for that. So yeah, another helipad tower right here, but that one's for the mansion, a literal mansion right here. I built this one took a while to build. Now if we head over here, we have the downtown area. The downtown area is over here. Alright, and this is where you would enter. You would get off from that helicopter pad tower right off in the distance. And then after that, you would walk over here, and then this is how you enter. And it's basically a downtown area. All the essential services of a city would be here. Not everything, but a lot of them. There's a hospital here. There's even a prison, which you saw elsewhere. Again, I'm trying not to let this video get too long, so I'm not going to go into detail with everything. You can save that for future videos. So, we got a courthouse here, as you can see. Alright. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to unpack with this world. If we head over here, there's a building under construction right here. A building under construction. As you can see there. And so yeah, there's also residents in this city complex cannot have helicopters. They cannot have helicopters, but they can have flying cars, and this is how that works. I was thinking to myself, how do I cram hundreds of flying personal vehicles in such a small space for the residents of this downtown area? And so I figured this is how I was going to do it. Make it so they can have flying cars instead of helicopters, because they take up less space when parked. So yeah, I'm going to head over here now. This is my most recent photorealistic pixel art. Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. I just had to build this, alright? Don't ask, I just had to build this. And so I did. And as you can tell, it also has city integration on it, on top of it. Because I got houses, real estate property on top of it. I figured that's probably the best way to build photorealistic pixel arts, because to be honest, photorealistic pixel arts on their own are not good enough for me. So I just wanted to make them 3D, and I also have rails. Rails go inside this thing. It's just another one of those large funhouse builds, and there's real estate on top of the thing. Houses up here. It's like I will do everything in my power to find ways to incorporate real estate and, city elements into my builds, even builds that have nothing to do with cities, like that pixel art. And yes, there are helipads out here. This is where people would park their personal vehicles. And if you go over here, this is where they get to their house. There's an elevator right here. They would come up here. And then walk the path. It's completely linear up here. It's completely linear, so yeah, you just go to your house. I wanted to make the houses fit though. I wanted to make them fit with the aesthetic of the build. So I built, obviously, you know, I built darker houses that would fit well with the aesthetic of Starry Night, including this house with a moon on top of it, just like as depicted in the Starry Night. Alright. Okay, this over here is another building that I want to show. As you can see here, this is the Pixel Voyage chandelier store. I came up with this idea in late 2024, and in early 2025, I made it a reality. It's largely fake. These are not real chandeliers that a citizen can buy, but there is a real chandelier store down here. Right here, a real chandelier store. As you can see, cash register area, a garage to let you take it out, because they are pretty big, even for Minecraft house standards. And so yeah, it works. The only thing I'm yet to build is a helipad. There's no helipads out here yet. That's probably because I built this world in a time when I hadn't fully thought through the city's lore. So that's why there's no helipad out here. Alright, it's getting to be nighttime again, so I think it's only fair that I show you some more builds that look good in the night. Which most of them do, by the way, I'm just saying. This right here is a giant grandfather clock build. So yeah, it has a pendulum at the bottom, and up at the top it has 4 analog clocks. All perpendicular, all connected in a very creative way. This was really annoying to build. Having to make sure they're exactly the same, but different orientation. That was annoying. And so yeah, I think I'm going to come down here to give you a refresher on how houses look like. This is another example of a house. Just another house that somebody within the city of Pixel Voyage lives in. Well, it's a country too, okay? This is a country, let me make that clear. But this is Pixel Voyage City, the main city. So yeah, this is what a house typically looks like. See, living room, kitchen. This is actually larger than most houses. Let me make sure that's clear right now. Alright, it has an upstairs, another bathroom, bedrooms. Let's head outside. And so, yeah, there's going to be another house over in the distance. And this is a helipad, another helicopter. Looks like they're home at the moment. Alright, let's go over here now. This is another house I feel like I might as well show because it's in close proximity. This is a more modern house. It does not have a traditional roof and has no helipad. It has no helipad, but it does have this garage for a flying car. Remember, here's how it works. If your house has a helipad, then you can own a helicopter and even a flying car if you wanted. But if your house does not have a helipad, but it has a garage, then you cannot legally own a helicopter. You'd have to invest in the helicopter pad and make sure that it's placed in a valid spot. And yeah, the backyard in this house is accessible from the 2nd floor. Alright, there's really not much I feel like I should show in this video. I think the video is getting pretty long at this point. I think there's plenty of reason to do a part 2 at some point in the future. Over here, this is yet another rainbow tower. It's actually the most recent rainbow tower I've built. Like, I built this one like a year ago. Alright, if you come over here, this is another thing that I built regularly in the map. And that is concession stand courts. This is a concession stand area. As you can see here, I got a multitude of businesses. From a Lego store to a more common one, a Burger King. Over here, this one must be a hand sanitizer and soap store. And so I decided to make them all unique, as per usual. Including, I believe this is a fish store, a seafood restaurant, actually. Yeah, a seafood restaurant. And there are restrooms. These are porta restrooms, right here. And just so you know, if you see this logo, if you see this blue logo right here, that indicates that it's a concession stand area. Just like the other logo I showed you earlier represented minigames, this represents concession stand areas. Alright? We're heading back over here where the video started. This is the airport. You get to see what it looks like at nighttime. So I made sure to think this through pretty well. You got an air traffic control tower right there. You got the airplane. You got the airplane. This is the airplane you arrived in. This is the airplane you arrived in Pixel Voyage in, JFK. Wow, what is it like living in New York? Anyways, instead of being nosy, instead of being picky about where you live, let's move on. Alright, over here, this is a giant structure. This is a giant structure over here. A 10,000 room hotel. It's a bonus from this. It's a bonus from the actual hotel. It's basically a giant wall. And you just go over here and it's like it never ends. But it does. It's only 10,000 rooms. Let's start over here now. This is a unique structure right here. This is a tower where each section is themed after a season. Down at the bottom, this right here, this room represents spring. The room above it represents summer. And the room above it represents fall and then winter. You get it. Alright, let's head over here now. We're heading back to territory that we've already been in. So I think I'm going to end this clip and I'll see you on the exact other side of the map. Because there's one more thing that I really want to show before I end this off. As you can see here, this is a desert. This is a desert biome. As you can see, a lot of sand and cacti and a giant tower right here. I've built barely anything in this desert. Okay, actually, I'm gonna come clean. I tricked you. This is not a desert. Believe it or not, I have not found any large-scale desert biomes in this world. So I had to build one from scratch. This used to be a taiga biome. Believe it or not, this was a taiga biome. But not forever. I wanted a desert, so I took 11 hours of my time, like over a few days, a few years ago, and I decided to convert this thing into a desert. I needed a desert. I wanted one. And so yeah, I made one. I made it a reality. I could definitely do it again. If we come over here, this is the last build that I want to show. The last build that I want to focus on in this video. This is a Mario Kart build right here. This is a Mario Kart build. This is GBA Bowser's Castle 4 from Mario Kart Super Circuit. So yeah, I made sure to go all out on this thing. As you can see here, I put a lot of effort in it. It has rails going through it too, as you can tell. And now that the sun is coming up, I think I want to go over here and show you some of the things that I really wanted to show in the daytime. This right here is a candy biome. I had that idea several months ago and I decided to make it a reality. I took whatever taiga was here and I made it a candy biome. Look at all the candy trees and the caramel chocolate on the ground, honeycomb, a cake, a literal cake right there. We got pixel arts. We got pixel arts for my other YouTube channel. Okay, let's head over here now. So yeah, these are the builds that I really wanted to show in the daytime. Starting with the hotel room replica. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I made sure to put a lot of effort into it. I made sure to really process everything. I was taking the computer all over the place in this hotel room. Like one minute I have the computer placed on the nightstand. Another minute I have the computer placed on this bed, and then I have the computer on the desk over here, and then probably in the kitchen too. Like all because I'm trying to like map out everything. I'm trying to build everything one-on-one. Alright, over here, this is another build I wanted to show in the daytime. This is that Thailand and Vietnamese Heritage Center. Let's go above. As you can see, I really do like the zigzag pattern I got here. Really, this is really cool. I really do like this. the zigzag pattern, and then up above we got a platform with a giant Thai-inspired temple. This was hard to build, but I kind of expected it to be harder. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm surprised it wasn't harder than it was. But yeah, there's that. I think I did a good job with it. And so yeah, let's head down here now. Let's end this video with the SpongeBob build. So yeah, this is Bikini Bottom, and well, over there is Jellyfish Fields. Sandy's house is off in the distance. Over here, this is meant to be Goo Lagoon, also off in the distance, but because of timing constraints, I couldn't quite give it the detail I wanted. And over here got jellyfish. I literally built 3D jellyfish, why not? And over here, this is supposed to be Glove World. This is Glove World, and the roller coaster basically takes over the whole thing. I even had to build a giant pixel Voyage sign right there. So yeah, remember, the roller coaster is the lifeblood. The roller coaster is completely the lifeblood of this world. It's really long. Like we've said, it's 15 hours. This roller coaster is the elephant in the room. It cannot be ignored. You see it everywhere, literally everywhere. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna end it right now. I'm heading over here for me to end the live stream. I mean the video. Head over here. This is a house with a lot of property. I decided to make use of this naturally generated tower structure. So this is just another house, like an old-fashioned one. Let's head inside it. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later.